Class is in session. Welcome to Finance University, the only school where the tuition is free and the degree actually pays you back. I'm your Dean of Dollars, and today we are auditing a cognitive glitch, a bug in our own programming that can make a savings account look more like a rounding error than a real retirement plan. We are diving deep into the science of why saving can feel, well, completely impossible.
I mean, seriously, think about it. It's like you're expected to just mail a check every single month to this vague, older person you've never even met, and you're just kind of hoping they'll be all right. It feels absurd, right? Well, you're not alone. This weird disconnect is at the very heart of one of the biggest financial puzzles we all face.
All right, let's get into our first lesson here, this savings paradox. You know the feeling. We all do. You kick off the month with these amazing intentions for your savings, but by the end of it, you're left just scratching your head, wondering where on earth it all went. And this right here, this is the fundamental question, isn't it? It's not a knowledge problem. Come on, we've all seen the compound interest charts. We know the rules of the game. And yet, our actions often suggest we believe we're these immortal beings who will never ever need to retire. It's this super frustrating cycle of planning, failing, and then promising ourselves we'll do better, next time.
So let's get to the diagnosis. And I've got some good news for you. You can stop beating yourself up about it. This is not about willpower. The latest research shows it's actually a predictable, hardwired glitch in our brain's operating system.
The culprit has a name. It's called present bias, or, for the academics in the room, quasi-hyperbolic discounting. All it really means is your brain is totally wired to crave instant gratification. That one slice of pizza, right now, feels way more valuable than a whole 5-course meal a month from now. It's actually a survival instinct, a leftover from a time when tomorrow was never, ever guaranteed.
And this slide, oh man, it just perfectly illustrates the civil war that's happening inside your head. So look, on the left, you've got your rational brain, right? Dr. Spock, making the logical plan. But on the right, that's your present bias brain, and it's basically screaming YOLO. It's constantly trying to negotiate with your future self, promising you'll be like twice as disciplined later. A promise, by the way, it almost never keeps.
Okay, now for the evidence. Let's look at the actual lab results that show how this bias plays out in the real world. Because this isn't just some theory to make you feel better about your impulse buys. No. This is documented science.
And get this, it's not just a finance problem, not by a long shot. As this study on health decisions found, the formula is always the same. We have to pay the costs first to get the benefits later. It doesn't matter if it's saving or exercising or taking medicine. Our brains are just terrible at doing that math.
So how bad is it really? In that same study, researchers analyzed how patients with diabetes made their health decisions. They calculated what's called a present bias factor. Now, a perfect 1.0 means you're totally rational and consistent. The number they actually found? 0.38. Folks, that is a massive flashing red light on our financial dashboard. It means the immediate cost of taking care of yourself feels almost 3 times larger than it actually is. Now, you'd think a major life-threatening event would make us focus more on the long term, right? To appreciate the future more. Well, the research says the exact opposite. When our survival feels threatened, our brain just doubles down on the present. Check this out. This data comes from a study after the massive 2011 earthquake in Japan. Just notice the difference here. People with no damage to their house had a bias factor above 1. They were actually a little future-focused. But for those whose houses were destroyed, that factor plummeted down to 0.937. The trauma literally rewired their brains to prioritize right now, making long-term planning even harder. It's wild. But wait, there is another twist in this psychological plot. See, present bias doesn't work alone. It's got a partner in crime. And this accomplice makes the whole situation way more dangerous for your bank account. This is what we call the optimism trap. The reason we feel totally fine spending that $200 today is because we are absolutely 100% convinced that future you is a financial genius, right? Future you is going to wake up early, work out, eat a salad, and save double. We're not just procrastinating, we're being naively optimistic about a future version of ourselves that just doesn't exist. So, just how delusional are we? Well, one study looked at something really simple, bedtime. People planned when they'd go to bed, and then researchers just recorded when they actually went to sleep. The average difference? 38 minutes every single day. We consistently believe we'll have more discipline in 16 hours than we do right now, and every single day we are consistently wrong.
All right, so that was the diagnosis. And yeah, it's a little bleak. But here at Finance University, we do not just admire the problem, we solve it. So what's the prescription? How do we outsmart this primitive pizza-loving brain of ours?
Look, you can't fight your own neurology head-on. It's a losing battle, trust me. The key is to accept the glitches there and then build a system that works around it. The technical term for this is a commitment device. It's a choice you make in the present to basically lock your future self into a better course of action.
The whole process is really just a simple 3-step strategy. Step 1 is acceptance. This is not a moral failing, it's just how we're wired. Step 2, you gotta identify your personal kryptonite. Where does your present self always sabotage your future self? And finally, step 3 is to build a barrier, a system that makes the right choice the easy choice, or at least the easier choice.
So, what are the actual weapons in our arsenal? A 401k is just brilliant because it makes saving the default path, the path of least resistance. The money's gone before you can even get your hands on it. Automatic transfers put good behavior on autopilot. And penalties for early withdrawal, that creates an immediate pain point that even your present biased brain can understand and react to. You're basically making a deal to protect your assets from your own future impulses.
So I'm gonna leave you with this question. Forget about next month or next year. What is one small, concrete barrier you can build right now, today? Can you set up a tiny automatic transfer? Can you remove your credit card info from that one shopping site you always go to? The goal here isn't to become a perfect financial robot tomorrow, it's just to make one smart commitment today.
That's the bell for today, folks. If you want your financial degree to keep paying you back, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to join the student body. To keep the lights on here at the university, check out our affiliate links in the description and the pinned comment. It's the best way to support the channel. Remember, we drop fresh knowledge every Wednesday and Saturday. Class dismissed.